Hello. I found this old article from 2022 about how to make wavy shapes in CSS, and I thought it was kind of neat. It went into the math on making these shapes, and there's a generator that I thought was particularly cool, and I want to make something with it. So I drew something. I'm I'm not an artist, but we're gonna try to make this, but in CSS. Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay, so in this generator, I made a code pen. It is blank. It's using the like simple pen block. And we're just gonna live code it right now for the first time. And we'll see how this goes. Okay. I'm playing with this for the first time. I kind of like poked at it a little bit earlier. I'm looking at the numbers here. Oh, these are like borders. Okay, we'll do that. What is the size of size of the wave like this way? That doesn't matter. I'll keep it at 30. Okay, cool. I'm going to copy this and go from there. So to start this pen, once again, we're going to need a circle and we're going to need some waves and we'll need the ladder to a diving board. So I'm going to start with the circle. We're going to call it class circle because we're super creative. And then I'm going to have a div for each wave. Let me actually paste this here really quick, and I'm going to call this wave. And let me just clean that up. And yes, we're going to do class equals wave 3 times because there were 3 waves. I should probably just start with 1, but that's okay. And then I'll probably style them each differently, but let's start with 1. Okay, so first let me just style the circle, and then we'll go from there. Circle with 400 pixels, height 400 pixels, background Rebecca purple. We'll stick with that. Let's see. And perfect. We'll do border radius is 200 pixels. Circle. Okay. So now that we have a circle, I'm going to do a little, I'm going to center it really quick. Position relative, because I'll probably need to absolutely position things later. And then margin left, auto, margin right, auto to center it. I could do that in a different way, but let's just stick with this. Okay, great. Now the waves. Okay, so the mask is the radial gradients. That's just generated. I'm going to say width 100%, height 100 pixels. Let me just do background red to start. Oh, okay. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to do a little overflow hidden. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And I will eventually absolutely position all of these. Actually, let me just do that right now. Position absolute, and then it's going to end up looking like 1. And I'm going to need to stack them. And so, first of all, let me pull up my CSS gradient generator. This is just cssgradient.io. I don't want to handwrite any gradients right now. Let's make them blue. And we'll do it at a 90-degree angle. That's a pretty blue. Let's do more of that. That, but we'll do some stops in between of like wavy colors. Let me just copy that, and then actually I'll do one more stop, but then make it that original color. Yeah, I feel decent about that. It's a wave. Okay. I'm actually going to not overthink this. Start with that. First, let me apply that to all of them. And then maybe for the middle one, I'll do a different one. So hang on one second. Let me add some classes. Uno, dos, tres. Okay. And then make CSS classes for each of them. I should have shortcuts. You really start to appreciate the super smart autocomplete we have nowadays when you have to do some of this very, very basic typing. But it's also like, it feels good for my brain, you know? Okay, so I'm going to say just bottom 0 really quick. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And if I did bottom 100, how tall are these? That might be too high. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'll probably do bottom 50. And I realize that it's just going to be a big blob because they're all the same color. So let me do that, and then I'll do bottom 100. And then I'm going to change the background gradient of dos to be opposite. Okay, so that means, what did I just do? I just got rid of the colors that I wanted. Okay, that one. I do that, that, that. Is that right? Did I just copy the same thing? Let's find out. If I do background blammo, nice, it's different. Oh, and you know what? I did this backwards. So let me do 100 pixels, and then this one is 0. Yes, look at that. Waves. That's cute. We're done. Almost. Okay, cool. You know, that worked out better than I expected. I kind of want to offset those just a little bit. Let me do left just like 20 pixels. Oh, that's a little bit too much. See how it's a little bit cut off? Let me make it actually, let me change the width of this one. I'll change the width to 120%. How about that? Would that work? Yeah, that's an offset. That's fine. Don't overthink it. Okay, cool. So, wow, that went nice and quick for this part of it. Okay, now let's do the ladder. Now, the ladder, I'm thinking I have an unhinged idea. Okay, hang on. Ooh, this is gonna be weird. Okay. I don't remember if this should be on the top or the bottom, but that's fine. We're doing this live. Okay. Class equals ladder. And I'm going to need like a beige for the ladder. So really quick, let me just do ladder. And then I'm gonna come up with a number. How tall is that? 200, whatever. Width will be 20 pixels, height 200 pixels. And let me just do background red really quick to make sure that we got something. Okay, cool. Let me, oh, you know what? It's because the border radius is kind of hiding it. I gotta scoot it over. Let me also do position absolute. I'll do left 30 pixels. I might need to do way more, but that's something. Yeah, you know what? Let me do 50, and then I'm going to do bottom is like, how tall are each of these? I'll just do 50. Let's go from there. You know what? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to scoot it over more. Let's try 150 for now. Too much. 100. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to make that like 80. Let me pick a color here. I know this is like not meant to be a color picker, but I use it as one all the time. That's a nice like beige-ish color for the ladder. Background, oops, don't want that. Background that. Nice. Okay, yeah, I like that. Then we'll do border top left radius is, how wide is this? 10 pixels. Border top right radius is also 10 pixels. Blammo. Okay, here's where the unhinged idea comes in. Instead of making a different div for each of the rungs. I'm going to use pseudo elements. This isn't that crazy, but it just might work. Okay, so hang on. Ladder before, and then I'm going to basically copy everything there. But first I have to do a display block and then a content empty, because you got to do that for when you're using pseudo elements. And I'm just going to copy all of this, but I'm going to have to change the position because the parent of the before is different. Although that's not bad. But what I will do is I will make it, instead of left 100, let's make it, that's closer. Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm going to do the height is going to be like 150 instead. Yeah, that feels better. That feels better. I'm actually going to scoot this left a little bit too, just because I want to have room for the diving board. Okay, so now I have these 2 rungs. Now, this is the idea that has popped in my head. What if I do another pseudo element, but instead of creating individual rungs, I use borders? Does that make sense? Okay, so what I'll do, let me think. I'm going to make a rectangle and skew it, and then use borders. Okay, so I'm going to do another display block and content blank. I should probably, again, organize this a little better, but we're doing it live because why not? Okay, let's see. Width 100%, height 50, and then let's see. The width of each of these is 20 pixels, and I'm going to make the border color that. So let me just copy this border color really quick. I'm going to do border is 20 pixels solid blah. Okay. Do you see where I'm going with this? Ho, ho, ho. Okay. So that width, oh, you know what? It's doing 100% of the original rung. And what I need to do is the position between each of them. I should have thought of that. Okay, that's fine. The width should then be 80 pixels, right? Or is it 100? It's neither. It's 60, but that's okay. It's something. Okay, so this is where I have to skew it and where I'm not fully confident that this will work. Transform, skew, I don't know if it's X or Y. I'll just pick one and then we'll switch it. 30 degrees? Eh? Okay, opposite. Wait. Or no, wait, we need Y. We need Y. Okay. Nice. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Oh, I'm happy with that. Let me make this shorter. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to do position absolute. And then, or rather it's position relative I need. Because I just need it to scoot down a little bit. Again, not proper, but we're just doing it. Top, let me do just 10 pixels for now. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Is 30 enough? Should I do like a little less? Let's do 25. That feels better. Yeah. We have a ladder. Okay. Okay. I'm going to scoot it down a tiny bit more. And now we have to do the board. Now, I don't want to skew the diving board, I don't think. And actually, while I'm like noodling on this, I'm going to do some other things really quick. I want to make the background of the entire body Rebecca purple, like that, and I'll take it out of the circle. Because there we go. Yeah, that's more what I was feeling there. Okay, cool. And that ladder looks so plain. Let me make that into a gradient too. Let me do a 0 from bottom to top. And then here, let me pick this color, put it here, but then make it a little darker, like that. Eh, eh. Yeah, it doesn't have to be fancy. I'll do that on the ladder, although what will the border look like? Not good. What am I thinking? That's okay. I'm just gonna maybe it actually will be kinda cool if just the rungs are the color that they are. Maybe? I'm not confident in this. Oh, not if they're on top. Here, let me do a little Z index. Z index -1. Scoot it behind things. Yeah, I like that more. I still think I could change it. Gradient borders are a thing now, right? CSS gradient borders. Yeah, you can do this. Oh, it's a border image. Okay, let me try a border image and see how that looks. I'm not confident in that. Border image and then the linear gradient. Nah, that's not it. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with it. It's fine. We're moving on. Okay, let's do the actual diving board. The diving board will go on top of this. And we'll do class diving board. I'll just do board. Save myself some characters. Now for this, I don't want to skew it. And so I think I'm going to try using the corner shape property, which I have blogged about. And if you don't mind the super quick shill, oh, first of all, I guess shill my newsletter. Hey, it's a weekly newsletter. It's fun. But if I go to corner shape, you can do that. And I want to do the diving board image that we talked about like that. So let me actually look at my own syntax really quick. Corner shape, bevel round, border radius, yada yada. Okay. Cool. I'm going to copy myself, and I might have to look at the docs, but it's a start. Okay. So the board, I want that to be a different color. Hang on, let me do width of 200 pixels, height. How wide is this now? I've said it so many times. That was 60? 60? Let's make it 70. It's gonna be weird. Background red, just so we can get it to appear. Okay, cool. What are you doing up there, man? Oh, I see. It's in the top corner, but it's being cut off by the circle. And so, okay, that's fine. Okay, let me position absolute this, and I'm going to do, let's see, where did the ladder start? The ladder started at bottom 80 and left 80. So I'm going to make it do left 85, but then it doesn't have to be from the bottom anymore. It can be just from the top. And so if this is 200 pixels and bottom from the do math, it's like 120, 220, 120, I think so. Ooh, okay. Top 120 pixels, left, what did I say? 85? I said say 85. Let's go. Okay, cool. We'll make it better. Be patient, she says to herself. Okay, corner shape. This is what I'm going to try. Okay, that is not what I wanted, but it's a start. Okay, so if I do the border radius, this is where I'm very inexperienced with how the corner shape border radius can work. Can I do this like 120 pixels? How bad would that look? Not bad at all, but also not the shape that I want. I want it to be like quite extreme. What is this 0? This is once again where I should probably be looking at the docs. That didn't do anything. Okay. Maybe I will look at the docs. Let's see. I linked to the docs here. Haha, thanks, Pass Cassidy. Okay. Corner shape, I don't need a super ellipse, I just want the angles. And then corner left top shape, yada, 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 border radius. Okay. This is not as helpful as I thought it would be. We know that we don't want a scoop or any of these other things. And I don't know if you can actually read that. Let me zoom in. We want, yeah, that's nice scooped corners. We want some diagonals. Maybe this is just where I should play with it a little bit more. Oh wait, I actually want to see how box shadows work on it. Bevel. I used bevel, right? Yes, bevel and round. Oh, actually, I don't want round. I just want bevel. Okay, that helps me. Cool. Maybe that's just what I need to do. Maybe I just need to do, like, how big is this? 120 pixels? Or no, wait, 200 pixels. Yeah, that's what I needed to do. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, so that changes the angle in different ways. What is this 120 increase? Excuse me as you watch me fully just experiment with this. What if I take all of this away and just did that? Oh, that makes sense. This is one of those things where you should probably prepare, you know? And I did not, but that's okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just trying to get this math in my head. Okay, so I want this number to be smaller and then the other number to be bigger. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Okay, but I also now know too that this should be higher because that is, yeah, okay. And then I want the width to be wider. Let me just turn that into 400 and see what that looks like. Okay, too wide, but that's fine because the entire thing is 400. That obviously makes sense. This is so much more obnoxious than I expected it to be. But I don't want to skew, so let's just keep doing what we're doing. And so this diving board, which is the bane of my existence, I kind of wish it did have rounded corners. Nah, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Okay, cool. So we have this bevel. Let me increase it this way. I want that angle to match the ladder. We're just baby steps, 20 pixels at a time. You know, that might actually be pretty close. We're going to do 10 more pixels. Yeah. Yeah. Is that too much? No, actually, that's just right. Should have stuck with the 20. Okay, cool. So now that we have the shape, I'm going to... How much does it change if I change the height? Just enough where I'm annoyed. Okay, let me go back. I'm professional, people. Oh, okay, now it's going the wrong way. Let me do back to 360. I might do 370 because it's just slightly off. Okay, that's the shape I want. Great. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to position it better. I'm going to make it go up higher. And then I'm going to scoot it to the right more. Let me just try 100. That might be too much. It is. Okay. It's okay. I do want the width to be smaller, and I'm afraid that's going to mess things up. Oh, not too bad. Okay, we'll take it. So now I want this to be... I'm like looking at colors at my desk. Let's make this like a light purple. What is the hex code for Rebecca purple? I don't know, but let's just find a different purple to work with. Oh, that's kind of fun. Let's do, yeah, let's do something like this. Just picking one. Okay. That. And then I want to make it like more 3D. I'm going to add, if I did a border, do like 3 pixels solid black for a second. How does that look? Oh, not bad. Not great. I don't love it, but not bad. I want to make the border go on the inside and I want to make it darker. And then I'm going to add a box shadow. So first, not those docs, I'm going to make the border a little darker. That's pretty. We don't want it too close to Rebecca Purple, but yeah, that's good enough. Okay. And then I also want it inset. Let's like border inset. I think that's border style. Yes. Great. Border style inset. Oh wait, I didn't want the I just wanted it to actually be inset. Can I do that? I thought I could. Maybe it's not border style. Border positioned? Let's just do border inside CSS. Let's see. Oh, is it box sizing? I should have known that. 1 second. I should have applied that to everything from the start. Yeah, let me do that and then get rid of the border style. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. Now I want to do the, what's it called? The box shadow. We're just going to make it go down. Let's just do like 0 pixels, 5 pixels. I want the spread to be big, but there was a way to do shadows where it looks like it's a thicker block. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm going to look up the long box shadow in CSS and see what I can find. I think I literally have to, this isn't it. You know what? We're just going to try it. I think I'm literally going to have to do just comma separated box shadows, which is fine. I just hate it, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to do that. But then with comma separated values, I'm going to do a bunch in between, and it's going to be ugly, but it's okay. Where if I do that, does that work? Yep, that's exactly what it is. Ugh, it's going to be gross. Okay, but it's fine. We'll make it through. So what I'm doing is I'm literally just recreating the exact same shadow a few times to make it kind of look like a rectangular prism. I hate it, but I could also use a pseudo element and just like make a rectangle and then skew another rectangle on the side. I would kind of prefer the rectangle way, but this also gets the job done. Could I do like half pixels? I don't think I can, but I'm gonna try. Let's see, 1.5, just to make it a little bit cleaner. I'm probably overthinking this, aren't I? Yes, I am. This is where I should probably also use some kind of mix-in as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Cassidy. This was an interesting experiment. We're going to do just some pseudo elements really quick. Not the end of the world. Okay. Board before. And we'll do the exact same thing as we did before, where we got a display block, content, nothing. And then let me just do width 100%, height 5 pixels, background red for a second to see it. And then we're going to, oh yeah, and it doesn't have to be that big because of the skew. Okay, that's fine. Position absolute, and then we'll do bottom -5 pixels. So it's right on the bottom there. And actually it should be -10 because of the border, right? Yeah, I think so. I don't remember how wide the border is. Okay, we'll scoot it there, and then I'm going to make it do left -2 or 3. I don't think it's a full 5. Let me try 3 really quick. Yeah, that's about it. And then I'm sure there's a Pythagorean theorem thing that I can do here, but I'm just gonna slowly but surely make it smaller. 200 pixels? Oh my gosh, that was a guess. What a day. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm going to copy that. Blammo. Okay, so now we got that, and then we're going to make it thicker on the other side too. I might actually use an even darker purple. Let's just do a little... Okay, that... Here. Sure, why not? Yeah, okay. Let me do the exact same thing with an after. I'm going to copy this, but instead of that width, it will be different. So let me do after, and then it's going to be the height of 100%, and then a width of whatever this thing is. Let me just do 100 pixels for now. Or no, wait, the width will be 5 pixels, and then the height of 100 pixels. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, cool. We're going to make it be right 0 pixels. Yeah. And then I think that's the correct bottom part. But what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to skew this one. Yeah. Hello. So after I skewed this, I just moved around pixels for a really long time. It was probably like 15 minutes of me just moving pixels around, and you don't need to see that. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit to the point where I was like, ah yes, we're done. Okay, let's go. Wow, look at us. We did it. I'm not going to touch that ever again because I'm frightened. But hey, okay, we made our diving board. You know, it's not perfect. There are so many things that could have gone better here, but I'm gonna call that good. We played with corner shape, we played with gradients, we played with skewing against my will, unfortunately, but you know, that's how it happens. We got a little ladder. It's cute. Yeah, you know what? We'll stick with that. Thank you for joining me on this CSS journey. I hope you're not too exhausted. I'm going to name this Wavy Diving Board. Yeah. And we're going to save that, and it will be accessible to you if you want to check it out in the description below. And I'll also share the docs and links that I used. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye!